I never heard of statelessness. I was never confronted with it before I actually met European statelessness. I mean, how much more can your human rights be violated than by becoming invisible?
And of course, the human rights violation that they experience, it's something that I would not wish to anyone in this world.
I guess it's been a real learning curve for me to kind of understand some of the issues people face through reading the cases and sort of writing about them.
I feel like it's a topic that people tend to forget.
Honestly, disbelief was the first thing that really struck me, and then further disbelief at the extent of the issue and the expanse of countries in which individuals are susceptible to statelessness.
All European states already have international obligations to protect stateless people and to uphold the right to nationality, but they often fail to effectively implement those obligations and put in place adequate legal frameworks, which leads to severe human rights violations.
Being in a country and from a country that actually accommodates the largest flaws of asylum seekers, this is an issue that actually comes up in courts more and more.
One of the key features of fighting statelessness through the courts is that a positive outcome in the case of one person not only changes the life of that person, but it can also achieve a wider impact on everyone. And together with other advocacy and capacity building efforts, litigation can be a powerful tool to influence law and policy development and to persuade governments to reconsider their policies or their implementation in practice.
Litigation in the area of statelessness is often the only means you can use to resolve major legal problems. Sometimes states are aware of their legal obligations, but they are simply not ready to live up to those expectations.
I think that pro bono legal work is an important part of the change-making landscape. Lawyers are experts who test policy in a given practice area, applying law to facts. Using these skills to support organizations seeking to right legal wrongs and create a more inclusive and equitable world just makes sense.
There are a lot of organizations who are playing a pivotal role in protecting legal rights, in assisting people in need. And I think this is where actually attorneys can make a huge impact.
One of the greatest challenges when you work on strategic litigation in the specific area of statelessness is the lack of points of reference. One of the crucial ways in which law firms can support important human rights causes, including the cause of the stateless, is by filling information gaps.
We started working with ENS about 2 or 3 years ago, and so the pilot was our lawyers did case law summaries for their database. Quite an easy, low threshold project for our lawyers to just get in touch with the topic and familiarize with the topic of statelessness.
While our core business at Fragment is corporate or employment-based immigration, our employees come from a diverse range of backgrounds, many with human rights and asylum experience, and it's great to be able to deploy that expertise in this context and really energizes our participating colleagues to be able to contribute.
And we can also contribute to the development of international standards by reporting to the case law database. If you look at the database today, you may be surprised how many cases, how many judgments are reported there, compared to the close to zero information we used to have a few years ago.
The thing that really stands out to me is that practitioners are probably reading the summaries that we create, and they're useful to people in actually solving real world issues and sort of taking cases and things like that. So I think it's a really valuable project to be involved with.
Our lawyers don't work within that legal area and everything, all the legal questions. So actually ENS trained us.
It's not also beneficial for charities, but also beneficial for law firms, as we get to see a full image So I think it goes both ways.
It's really nice to feel the kind of human impact of what you're doing with a project like this.
I'm still using my way of reasoning, so my legal background, but applied in a different context for a different purpose.
ENS, on the one hand, they have this unparalleled high-level legal expertise on statelessness, but then they combine that with the grassroots kind of frontline knowledge that their partners have.
Together, we can make a difference, and we can contribute to a bigger purpose.
Human rights gaps cannot be resolved from one angle only, and as they say, it takes a village, so we're happy to participate.
We have been greatly impressed by the commitment of our pro bono partners and the quality of their work, and therefore we're really deeply grateful to everyone who has collaborated with us, and we hope that these joint efforts will ultimately end the cycle of statelessness in Europe.